Right now, Pittsburgh's best sports show is about to begin. Call us or tweet us. We got things to talk about on the Ireland Contracting Nightly Sports Call.
All right, Ken, thanks very much. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to another edition of the Ireland Contracting Nightly Sports Call. We are here talking sports with you, a busy, busy time of year at 412-575-2600. That is the number of the Bordas & Bordas hotline. Bob Pompeani here until 11 o'clock taking your calls, so call us or tweet us at KDPomp, P-O-M-P. Busy night. The Steelers have made two more picks. They got their second-round pick, and they went for wide receiver after they traded Martavis Bryant yesterday, so they needed somebody, and they picked James Washington out of Oklahoma State. He's 5'11", not the fastest guy, but he seems to know how to get open. He did a lot in his career with the Cowboys to the tune of 39 touchdown receptions. He was a yardage hoarder. I mean, he just made all sorts of yards. You might remember, if you're a Pitt fan, what happened when Oklahoma State came to Pitt this year. Mason Rudolph and James Washington carved them up. So Washington is the second-round pick. Third round, they sensed the opportunity to get a quarterback like Mason Rudolph, who fell all the way to the third round. So they made a trade, move up 3 picks, and take him with the 76th selection in the third round. So the Steelers do get Mason Rudolph, so they got the dynamic duo from Oklahoma State, which is fine for the offense down the road. But you still have to wonder about the Steelers and their gaping defense in the middle of their defense. They're very, very short at this point of linebackers. What with the injury to Ryan Shazier, and boy, was it great to see him last night. What an inspirational story he is for everyone to watch and learn from. But, you know, they have John Bostic. They don't have a lot of depth there, and certainly that's an issue. They still have picks to go, one more tonight and then all of tomorrow. But same time, that is going to be an area of concern, because while they can score a lot, they can outscore teams, and I said that last year quite a bit. But when you don't have a reliable defense in critical situations, you can also be outscored, like they were in the Jacksonville game twice, including the playoffs, 45-42. They scored 42, they gave up 45. That's the problem. You're not going to win championships when you give up big plays in big critical times defensively, and they still have some work to do there. But Mason Rudolph, if you're looking for an heir apparent to Ben Roethlisberger, whenever that is, and it may not be for a while, but he can learn and take his time to learn from one of the best in the business. That would be good. But if he is the heir apparent, what does that make Josh Dobbs? What does that make Landry Jones? Those are both fourth-round picks, and the time could have been used for other areas. So you look back and wonder about those two guys if Mason Rudolph is that guy. So I'd like to hear your take on that at 412-575-2600. Penguins will continue to take the calls on their comeback last night. All it took was 4 minutes and 49 seconds. They turned a 2-0 deficit into a 3-2 win, and in doing so shattered, I think, the confidence of Braden Holtby, who had regathered himself in the series against Columbus, but yet started strong yesterday. Penguins hit a lot of posts. That helped him out, but still, when he needed to make a big save, he could not. At the other end, Matt Murray, that's his middle name. Big moments. Because every time he's faced with one, he makes a save. Consider he's 23 years old. I'll say that again. He's 23 years old, 27-11 in his career postseason with a .926 save percentage. And he's only 23 years old. At the other end of the country, out in Vegas, Marc-Andre Fleury, who wanted to be the Penguins starting goaltender but knew this situation existed. Now he's out there, needed a good start. I guess you can label this a win-win for both teams in the sense that Murray was the man. He was going to get that opportunity. Fleury needed to be the man somewhere, and boy, has he become the man. He's become everything in Las Vegas, and they win again last night, 7-0, 13th career shutout. It's amazing that these two guys might end up going head-to-head in the Stanley Cup Finals. I realize that's putting the cart ahead of the horse. But, hey, we live in a world where we talk about what could be, what might be, and maybe what is at one point. We'll see. But that Vegas team is pretty good. And tonight, my team to get to the Stanley Cup Final from the West, the Winnipeg Jets, are beating Nashville in Nashville. Game 1 of that series. Last check, it was 3-1. Pirates, well, that was a wild game tonight. They fell behind 5-0, came back and got it to 5-2. Bottom of the ninth, they needed 3. They got 3. A couple of errors helped by St. Louis. They kind of shot themselves in the foot. And then the Pirates had the winning run on third with no outs, and they could not force it in. Both Marte and Polanco couldn't get the ball out of the infield. They strand that runner. Now they're still playing 5-5 in the 11th. So much to talk about. Give us a call, 412-575-2600. We'll take your calls next. We're right here live on Pittsburgh's CW.